EZ 1979, filed on behalf of J.G. Townsend Jr. and Company. This was a change of zone application for a change of zone from the AR1 Agricultural Residential District to an MR Medium Residential District for a property located at 1667 Kings Highway in Lewis. Parcel size is 25.56 acres. County Council may remember this from the public hearing that was held on June 27th of this year. And at the conclusion of the public hearing, County Council deferred for further consideration.
Mr. Moore, short title, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. An ordinance to amend the comprehensive zoning map of Sussex County from an AR1 agricultural residential district to an MR medium residential district for a certain parcel of land lying and being in Lewis Rehoboth 100, Sussex County, containing 25.56 acres, more or less, for the reasons given by planning and zoning numbered 1 through 8.
Pleasure, council.
I will make a motion for approval.
Motion, Mr. Schaefer, second.
Second.
Mr. Hudson, questions on the motion? We're going to take the vote. Mr. Schaefer.
I will vote yes based on the recommendations of the Planning and Zoning Commission with conditions.
Mrs. Green.
I'll vote yes based on the recommendation of Planning and Zoning.
Mr. Hudson.
I also vote yes based on the reasons given by Planning and Zoning.
Mr. Riley.
I'll vote yes based on Planning and Zoning's reasonings.
I also, based on P&Z's recommendation and reasons, I'll vote yes. Motion carried. Next.
Our last item of old business is conditional use number 2359, also filed on behalf of J.G. Townsend Jr. and Company. This is a conditional use application within an MR medium density residential district for multi-family dwelling units, 102 units, to be located on a parcel at 1667 Kings Highway, Lewis. Again, the County Council held a public hearing at its meeting of June 27th of this year, and at the conclusion of the public hearing, action was deferred for further consideration.
Mr. Moore, short title, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. An ordinance granting conditional use of land in an MR medium residential district for multifamily, 102 units, to be located on a certain parcel of land lying and being in Lewis Rehoboth 100, Sussex County, containing 25.56 acres, more or less, for the reasons given by planning numbered 1 through 8, with conditions 9A through Q. And it's my understanding Mr. Schaefer may have some motions made before introduction.
I do, if that's okay. I have two that are really just housekeeping measures. Under item 4, the conditions offered by Planning and Zoning, I'd like to strike the number 6 in the last line and substitute the number 4. The site plan is actually for 3.99 units per acre, and that's, I believe that must be just a clerical error.
Okay.
The second.
Are you going to make them separately?
Yes, do separately. So that's the first. That's your first motion for a change. Okay.
Yes.
Motion, Mr. Schaefer.
I second.
Second, Mr. Hudson. Questions on the motion? We'll take the vote. Mr. Schaefer.
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Hudson.
Yes.
Mr. Riley.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Motion carried. Now your next one.
My next one is also, I believe, just a housekeeping measure under 9C. I'm trying to get my computer to change pages. The conditions provided by the Planning and Zoning Commission be amended regarding the size of the pool by striking 10 to reduce the size of the surface area of the pool from 10,000 square feet to 1,000 square feet.
Okay. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Hudson. A question on the motion? Take the vote. Mr. Schaefer.
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Hudson.
Yes.
Mr. Riley.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Motion carried. What's your next one?
I'd also like to make a motion to add this condition. The final site plan shall contain a landscape plan for the subdivision frontage along Kings Highway with appropriate landscaping consistent with the goals of the Lewis Scenic and Historic Byways Corridor Management Plan. The Kings Highway landscaping shall be permanently maintained by the developer and or the homeowners association and shall be noted on the final site plan.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Hudson. Questions on the motion? We'll take the vote. Mr. Schaefer.
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Hudson.
Yes.
Mr. Riley.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Motion carried. Next.
I would also like to make a motion under condition 9H as provided by the Planning and Zoning Commission to be amended by striking the last sentence of 9H and adding the following condition. However, while their interconnection must remain open to address concerns about this becoming a shortcut where people will speed through these connected communities, the applicant shall install a gate approved by the state fire marshal to limit through traffic and also install other traffic calming devices, including curb bump outs and elevated crosswalks as set forth in the Sussex County Comprehensive Plan at the boundary line between the Governor's community and the Cottage community.
I have a motion. I have a second.
I have a question.
Well, let's get a second first.
Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, motion second. Mr. Hudson, the question, Mr. Hudson.
Maybe a little bit of change to that gate, not so that it's not only for emergency vehicles, but for the people that live in Governors. Because I'm not a big fan of interconnectivity from my past life as a state trooper, because sometimes interconnectivity, not only does it cause shortcuts, it also invites less than really nice people. And that's what's proven in the past. So I would say maybe could we change that to a gate where they could have maybe like an easy pass type thing, or some kind of card reader that tells them that they can, for the people that are in Governors, to use it, not just the general public.
That's acceptable to me, the maker of the motion, and I think that can be easily accommodated. It's done in many, many communities throughout the county, either with a credit card or a transponder.
Mr. Moore, how's that going to word?
We would need to add language that approved by the state fire marshal to limit through traffic except through card access to residents of Governor's subdivision. And frankly, I've never seen one quite like this, so I'm not sure how that would work, but that's based on what you're suggesting.
Okay, if you don't, I don't know whether it would work or not. I don't.
Well, they are used all over the county. I think the question is the language. How do we say that properly?
That would be part of it, but I'm not sure
We have,
what
and
subdivision has
as
it.
you know of the day, do we have that use anyplace else? A gate that you access with some kind of a key fob or a card or something?
As an interconnectivity with no staffing, so there are staffed barrier accesses, but with
No
staffing,
staff.
none of them I'm aware of. It's
Okay.
because that is the question: is who opens it in an emergency?
Well, I can tell you, I have a number of communities in my district that have gates with no staff, and they use a transponder or a credit card.
I have one.
Maybe we should check, see if they're legal.
They hold them they're approved by the fire marshal.
Farmer doesn't control our land use.
I understand.
Thank you.
Well, that's my
Hey,
motion.
how do you want to?
I would make that amendment.
And I'll accept it.
Okay. Mr. Moore, if you read that for us, sir.
Okay. The amendment would read, however, while the interconnection must remain open to address concerns about this becoming a shortcut where people will speed through these connected communities, the applicant shall install a gate approved by the state fire marshal to limit through traffic except through card use by residents of the Governor's subdivision, and also install other traffic calming devices, including curb bump outs and elevated crosswalks as set forth in Sussex County Comprehensive Plan at the boundary line between Governor's community and the Cottage community.
We have a motion and a second. This is only on this amendment now.
I'll vote yes.
Okay, Mr. Shaver votes yes. Mrs. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Hudson.
I vote yes.
Mr. Riley.
I vote yes on the amendment.
Well, I don't think that's the intent of our interconnectivity in our land use. That's a personal opinion. I'm going to vote no when the motion passes. Next, Mr. Moore.
Yes. Let me get back to my agenda.
Sorry about that.
Yes, I have. At this, an ordinance grant a conditional use of land in a MR medium residential district for multifamily, 102 units, to be located on certain parcel of land lying and being in Lewis and Rehoboth 100, Sussex County, containing 25.56 acres more or less, for reasons 1 through 8, with conditions 9A through R as amended by this council.
Pleasure, council.
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Schaefer, second.
I second it.
Mr. Hudson. Question on the motion? We'll take the vote. Mr. Schaefer.
I will vote yes based on the conditions as presented by planning and zoning and as amended today.
Mrs. Green.
I'll vote yes based on the recommendation from planning and zoning as amended this morning.
Hudson.
I also vote yes as amended.
Mr. Wiley.
I vote yes based on planning zoning's recommendations as amended.
Well, because we amended them, I'm going to vote no. Motion carried. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Grant request, Ms. Jennings.